this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is.
Welcome everyone to This Is It, and we are here and we are back to talk about She-Hulk episode 4. I think it's called Blaze of Glory or something like that. Man, my notes. Hold on, let me look right there. A Blaze of Glory. Yes, that's what it is. Blaze of Glory. So as you know, we are missing one of our partners in crime, Hollywood. He's not feeling that well, but we definitely going to keep rocking this out. But I do have my man Phenom with me. Yo, what's going on, Phenom?
Phenom 202, DDA representative. Yo, we'll hold it down for my boy O. Know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not mad at this episode, yo. I'm really not mad at this episode, yo.
See, I knew it, man. Just come on, man. Just come on. Come on to the light side. It's on, man. I felt that you was eventually going to turn around, but I don't know about Cola. So shout out to Cola. I know Cola couldn't make it today and she was supposed to join us, but shout out to her because she will more than likely be back with us on the next episode and we'll get her input because she ain't really feeling it. But anyway, let's get into this episode. So as I said, She-Hulk episode 4, Blaze of Glory. And it kind of really starts off with this guy by the name of Donnie Blaze is performing terrible tricks, terrible magic tricks. Yeah. Then eventually he calls a female by the name of Madisynn, which we'll see throughout the episode.
That's the
from the audience. And he uses one of the mystic art tools to open up a portal. This thing is kind of crazy because he opens up the portal and then eventually you see Wong, which Wong shows up again. Meanwhile, Wong is enjoying The Sopranos. Gotta love that. And all of a sudden, Madisynn falls into his lap in a way. And he's wondering what in the heck is going on. And she tells him a story. Well, I was at this blonde and this, and this, that, and this devil did this and that. Anyway, that's kind of like the opening of how things start off because he gets upset and he's like, I know exactly who did this. It's that damn Donnie Blaze. So I'm going to end it right there. Phenom, this is the show. This is the beginning. This is kind of like the opening to set things in motion. What are your thoughts about all this happening right now?
Yo, I was thoroughly entertained with the beginning, yo. Shout out to Donnie Blaze, yo. Donnie Blaze, Method Man, shout out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I see what they did there. Right. It was funny how he was just doing the magic tricks and the crowd wasn't feeling them. And, you know, he had the old hype man back there. The old hype man was a little comic relief right there. I did like that. Put the battery in his back. They give him, you know, show him the shit. Yo, show him the real joint.
Right,
so he ended up doing it. But Madisynn, yo, that's the homie right there, yo. She was drunk. She was with it. It said Madisynn with the Y, but it's not what you think it is.
Yeah, right.
That was funny to me. And it finally got to a point I was like, you know what? Because at first when I started seeing this magic, I had this my man again to Ollie, yo. I thought that, you know, because he hates magic. Hates magic. Like he'll let you know he hates magic. Only magic he likes is probably Magic Johnson, yo. That's because he loved NBA.
right.
I mean, it was just good. I mean, it was funny, you know, the way she fell into the hole and then she came back out the hole. Shout out to Wong. Wong had his Cavassier. When he was playing the Sopranos, I was like, oh shit, that's a Sopranos theme song. He was watching the Sopranos, yo. So I thought that was really, really good. I like the way they go back and forth though. Madisynn and Wong, good comedy team.
You know, this is one thing that I've been thinking of. Madisynn, she was great. I mean, Madisynn was great all the way through. She was so good that actually I'm wondering, I mean, I know this is not going to happen, but would she be a recurring character that shows up throughout this Disney Plus series and others as well? You never know. Madisynn may eventually get her own spinoff for God knows sake, because it was just that funny. But I loved it too, whole way through. Yeah, I loved it too. And just to see Wong back again, I mean, everybody loves Wong. His comedic timing is great. You're right, man. The whole thing with Donnie Blaze. Oh man, but you know, it's kind of funny though, because I don't know if they're trying to make fun of his name and he calls himself Donnie Blaze, because Donnie Blaze, I'm sorry, Ghost Rider's real name is Johnny Blaze. So I don't know if he's just trying to make a turn on that for the sake of being a magician. But anyway, I thought that whole bit was funny. And you gotta love Madisynn, man, with just the drunk female and
her voice, like it was like a party girl.
Yeah,
it was.
She was
funny,
killing it.
But I'm not gonna give Donnie Blaze, I gotta stick with Method Man, yo. That was older
Yeah,
Method Man.
yeah.
Not Nicolas Cage, yo. Shout out to Nicolas Cage, but you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Nicolas Cage, man. Yeah. Oh man. So after this opening, this really sets everything in motion because Wong clearly already is like, I know who did this. It's Donnie Blaze. And I'm tired of his mess. So that's when we see Jen back at the office. She's working on a dating profile.
Funny.
And then boom, Wong shows up and wants to take legal action against Donnie Blaze for using the mystic arts. He said that Donnie Blaze was a student that eventually flunked out because he was using the magic for all kinds of stuff he wasn't supposed to. And now he's using he does the quotes, the magic for things he's not supposed to. And that's kind of where this whole thing goes. And then right after that, you see Jen and Nikki hanging out at a bar. And then Nikki, of course, makes fun of Jen and mocking her because her dating profile is so lame. But eventually Jen does manage to get a date. But that's when Nikki says, look, you should use your She-Hulk moniker. Maybe you'll probably get some more dates with that. And that's kind of where things end. But eventually she does use the She-Hulk moniker. And of course, we know things do turn up a little bit after that. But what is your whole thoughts about this whole situation with Wong showing up with She-Hulk at her office, saying that he's ready to go to war against Donnie Blaze in the courts? And then Jen realizing that if she's struggling out there in the dating world, and she eventually figures that she got to use the She-Hulk moniker in order to get some dates.
Yeah, I like that part too. Wong, got a little litigious out here, yo. He's like, I got to sue this guy, yo. Instead of using the mystic arts to fight him, he could have put him to a different world or something.
He did.
But no, I thought that was funny because she was like, yo, did he sign a contract? Did they have a handshake? Did he do this, do that? He's like, nah, we take an oath as a mystic arts. He's like, well, you ain't really got no case there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, the dating profile, the whole dating part of this episode was hilarious.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. For her having like the blase blah profile at the beginning, to homie not really, it's like she was telling homie that I'm She-Hulk, yo. I got superpowers and all that shit, and he wasn't even paying attention.
He wasn't. Yo, what about that part when the date is kind of over and they're both looking at each other and the camera's going real slow, like who's really going to do what? That shit was fun.
Because she thought he was going for his wallet.
Yeah.
And he was like, I hope she's going for his wallet, yo.
Yeah.
Wallet, yo.
Pulls out his keys. He's like, well, thank you for the date.
Yeah, he's got to do this again, yo.
Oh, man.
But, yo, when she turned into She-Hulk and went on those dates, she went on with Punk. He was the first dude.
Yeah, I forgot about that. From I Love New York, right?
Yep, and WWE. And,
WWE, yeah.
Jennifer Hudson broke up with him, so now he on the dating scene trying to bag She-Hulk.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I always love those little like mashups with people at the date and then they talk about themselves. And then she falls in love with the she likes a dude that got the muscles and was listening to it. And, he ends up clapping them cheeks, yo. And didn't like her as Jen, yo. I got a question for you though. I was thinking about this before you get in there.
Yeah.
How would you feel if a girl picked you up and took you to the bedroom like that?
I mean, if it was somebody that I was into, I would have been like, oh shit. I would have been thinking like, yo, okay, I got to get ready because this is gonna be a long night, yo. I may come out of here with a twisted ankle or something. Cause I would be kind of nervous. I ain't gonna front. If she picked me up and took me into the bedroom, I'd be a little like, oh damn.
Say Lisa Leslie picked you up like that, yo.
Lisa Leslie
or Candace Parker, yo.
Candace Parker.
Chick, yo.
Candace. Okay, because if Lisa Leslie put me, I'm not that attracted to Lisa Leslie, but I think Candace Parker is very attractive, and she's tall. Yeah. So yeah, if she picked me up, I would probably be like, oh shit, this is about to be real. What about you? How would you feel?
Nah. What? Hell no, yo. She carried me to the bedroom like that, yo. I feel totally emasculated, and I love
women. Come on,
women power, all that shit, but there's some stuff I ain't going for, yo.
Look. I would carry my ass to the bedroom. I mean, like, look, I don't give a shit if I'm into her, like Candace Parker. Candace Parker is very, she's very attractive. There's no doubt about that. But if I would let her pick my ass up,
you already said you would clap She-Hulk's cheeks, yo. You said
I told you I was in the She-Hulk as a kid anyway. So it's nothing to me. Just make sure I can climb the tree. You know, don't be trying to, you know, wrestle me in bed and stuff. We can't both be wrestling. That's the thing. You know, somebody's going to have to submit, you know, and I ain't submitting. So that's the thing. Like, don't have me screaming in bed, you know, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's the funny part. That whole dating scene to me was freaking hilarious because she eventually meets this guy that she has a connection with. He's kind of, you know, geeky, nerdy or whatever. He's asking her all kind of questions and whatnot. And like, this dude's clearly not into her. I mean, or he simply just went out to her just to get a free drink because clearly I don't know what his deal was.
I thought he was more enamored with the She-Hulk. And when she was a
he
regular
was,
person,
he kept asking questions about her, like, is your skin impenetrable and how long did you have it and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, this dude is kind of, you know, whatever. But yeah, she eventually meets a lot of bums, but then she eventually does meet the guy or the perfect male that we think is the perfect male, you know, and he
was enamored with She-Hulk too, because he was like, no, he clapped the cheeks. He thought he was gonna wake up to She-Hulk. Nah, she wake up to a regular human. And think about it is if he was smart, you know, he'd get the She-Hulk anytime he wanted to, yo.
Exactly. Yo, it's like the elf from the previous episode. Like, look, I wouldn't even matter, yo. Turn yourself into whatever I want, yo. Like I said, you can turn back to the elf when I'm asleep. I don't care, you know. So he could have, because he was clearly into She-Hulk just for all the sexual appeal and nothing more. Because as soon as he saw her in her regular form as Jen Walters, he dipped. I was like, damn, yo. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt bad for her, yo, because you could see it in her face, yo. She was like, man, this is fuck, yo. You know,
but she banged him on the first night too, because she saw what she liked what she saw. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of used with her She-Hulk powers to bag him.
That's true. I didn't even think about that, yo. That's a one night stand on Disney Plus. They, you know, they kind of glossed over that, but really it's a one night stand on Disney Plus. They ain't, you know, say a whole lot about that. So we're talking about the date, but at the same time the date is going on, you know, this whole thing with the courtroom or Wong trying to sue Donnie Blaze for the whole stuff that's going down. So now we're at the courtroom scene. It's not going too good. It's going this back and forth. And then Jen Walters eventually tells Wong, like, look, we're going to need her. And Wong is like, oh my God. So lo and behold, Wong summons Madisynn, you know, the funny drunk girl in the mini skirt. And she winds up taking the stand and tells about her experience with Donnie Blaze. And of course, it doesn't do anything to help Jen's case. And because of this, then Donnie Blaze's legal team stresses that they're adamant that they cannot copyright magic. So the court gives Donnie Blaze a legal right to perform the magic tricks, and he goes on with his day performing these magic tricks. But look, Madisynn, to me, she stole that whole scene
She stole it
again, yo. It's like, yo, put her in whatever for comic relief. I don't know who this actress is, but she is freaking killing it.
I tried to look her up on you know, on the wiki, and I couldn't find her, but
I couldn't find her either.
We'll figure it out though.
I couldn't find it. I'm sure after this episode, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to figure out who's Madisynn. But that was dope. I'm not even going to front. What were your thoughts about, like, do you think she's going to be a continuing theme through more series, or this is it right here?
Unfortunately, I think that's going to be it. I would like to see her more. I did like the whole courtroom setup, because I know we kind of glanced over because we went to, you know, her getting her cheeks clapped, but you know, she was on the couch with him about to do it. Wong interrupts him because Donnie Blaze, I mean, he does his magic and opens up a portal.
Yeah.
So like that's all going on at the same time. You know, you have the court. He gets out of court. She does a date nap. And then, you know, Wong needs her again, interrupts her, her escapades, yo.
Yeah, man, that scene, because you're right. Let's tap into that, because basically after this whole court case, then the next thing we know is that's when she gets out on the date with the guy, and things are going great. And they have the whole thing where they get the fries to go. They're back at the hotel. You already know what's going to happen, yo. It's on, because this dude, all he has to do is just not fuck up, because she already wants him. That he just can't fuck up. But anyway, as soon as things are about to get hot, then Wong shows up. But the reason why Wong showed up is because Donnie Blaze wants to do more magic tricks. So he introduces another female from the audience, but she ain't having it because he talks about her friend, how she got dropped off in the Himalayas somewhere. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that no more. So then he winds up opening up another portal and of course lets all these demons out. And that's when he has to summon Wong to help him take care of that. So let's just talk about this whole scene. What was your whole thoughts about this and this whole thing with Donnie Blaze effing up again, but now needing Wong to help him out, and then Wong grabbing She-Hulk to help him out, get rid of the bats as well?
No, I thought that was cool too. I thought it was funny. Like the doves turn it into the demons, and the demons start growing. Yeah. Then he opens up another portal, then more demons are coming, and then he has to come get Wong to help him out. Then Wong got to get She-Hulk. No, I thought it was funny. I thought it was good. I mean, Wong is a scene stealer too.
Yeah, and I don't know who the writers are on She-Hulk, but Jen Walters actually referred to She-Hulk in the very beginning of this episode, how saying like everybody loves Wong. It's almost like they're writing knowing what people are going to say in Twitter, and I don't know who the writers are, but that is genius because she clearly was like, "Yep, Wong's back. I know Twitters all love Wong, and here he goes again." It's like they already know people are going to be on it. So that was cool. So to see Wong again. And then when she goes and beats up everybody as She-Hulk, she comes back and of course she's ready to get her thing on. And she has that, whatever the hell that is on her face. Didn't even matter. Piece of demon. Yeah, piece of demon ears.
Like she ain't gonna wash up or nothing, she must have been on a drought for a minute if she was like ready to just go ahead and get.
She was ready. I don't think he cared either, though. They may not even have taken a shower. I would have hoped they did, though. Because could you imagine them having sex with demons all over them?
I mean, you gotta take. I mean, how often you can have sex with a superhero, yo?
That's true. That's true. He can tick that one off his box, though. That's true. And that's you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I would have. I've been like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going to do it. Yeah. But I thought that was good. I really did enjoy that scene. I thought it was really good to see Wong in action again. I thought it was really good to see She-Hulk in action, to actually see her do more. I can definitely tell that they're taking more time with the animation because we saw more of her actually doing stuff. So they may actually do more with her animation as the series goes along, but I'm really enjoying it. I thought everything in this episode was good.
This is what I thought it was going to be. Like, because I knew it was supposed to be a comedic. I'm glad they got Hulk out of it. He did the Hulk thing. The cases that she's getting, I was trying to figure out what kind of cases she would get.
I like that.
But and I'm like Wong showing up and being an integral part of it. I like it. But even towards the end, when she felt used and abused by the dude. And then, she get a knock at the door. She thought dude was coming back.
Yeah, she did.
It wasn't him.
Nope. So so the next day comes, it's right there. She's, like I said, she's Jen Walters. Dude looks at her and is like, like immediately like, damn, I don't want this. I wanted what I had last night. I'm not feeling you at all. Of course, dips. I really did feel bad for her, but then you hear that knock at the door and she thought he had played a little game with her, like, gotcha, bitch. Yeah. But it wasn't. Actually, it was some papers that were served to her by Titania for using the name She-Hulk, saying that she had the name first and she's taking it from her, so she's legally suing her for the name. So that's kind of where the episode ends. Oh, I'm sorry. Episode doesn't end quite there because there's an end credit scene after that. But what are your whole thoughts? Because we ain't seen shit from Titania, so I guess this is a way of bringing her up in the episode.
And that's what we talked about previously, about how Titania, like, you introduced her for a hot minute.
Yeah.
In the first episode, we heard nothing else from her.
Yeah.
But now, it's a kind of a funny take on like her role now. Like, is she gonna fight She-Hulk? She's gonna antagonize her. Right. I got to see what it is. Know what I mean? So I like. All right, so they transition into the next episode is going to be Titania and She-Hulk having some kind of combat
legal battle.
There's going to be either fighting each other or a legal battle. The end credit scene again.
Once again.
But it was funny to, like, the first time they met, we kind of glanced over. They was watching The Sopranos. Then he was
Mhm.
like, "Yeah." She's like, "It's so sad when Juliana died. I cried for 3 days." He was like,
Yes, I
"You just
forgot.
spoiled it for me." You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's Wong's fault. I always say that because you had years to watch The Sopranos, man.
Hmm.
Anything you hear is not a spoiler no more.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
what, over a decade,
over a
maybe?
decade maybe.
Yeah.
And then they're hanging out, talking about all different type of drinks they drink.
Yes.
Yo, Wong gets down too,
Yo,
yo.
I think they maybe they ain't saying it, but something's
They
going
got
on.
some
There's a
they got some chemistry, yo. I
yeah, they
think
got
they
some
feeling
chemistry
each other.
there. Yeah, I think she may show up again and start dabbling in his own mystic arts. you know, but
I
yeah, I
mean,
love it, man. Seeing them
yeah,
at the end,
yeah,
talking about the Sopranos and drinks and asking questions, and I was like, yo, that vibe right there, that's great. That's some good chemistry there. And
yep,
just at Madisynn on the screen in general, that's just funny. I would love to see her constantly throughout this series,
yeah,
at
yeah.
least in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I mean, I think it's great. I'm trying to think of what else happened. This Titania. Yeah, they definitely got to bring her back. I
Yep.
don't, because that 2-second clip that we saw where she did the kung fu kick and got karate chopped into the wall.
Yeah,
That's all we had of her.
yeah,
So, but I do like the fact that the way that they're bringing into these court cases, because in the comics, She-Hulk eventually gets to that point where she really enjoys being She-Hulk, and that's her thing. Like, she'll take these cases to help other superheroes. And this is really the meat and potatoes of what I was really starting to enjoy about the She-Hulk. And this is really what it is. She doesn't jump into immediately wanting to be a superhero, but she
yep,
eventually does start taking up that. And eventually in the comics, she really loves being She-Hulk. And I think we're going to start seeing that transition where she'll slowly but surely like accepted that She-Hulk is me, Jen, we're all in one, but she'll use the She-Hulk form a whole lot more. I'm wondering where we're going to get Daredevil though, because they showed that in the trailer. We still haven't seen
uh,
Daredevil yet, so I don't know.
out of
Maybe
all the Marvel
Daredevil is
shows,
Titania's lawyer. Maybe. I don't
could
know.
be. But out of all the shows that Marvel's produced, from Luke Cage to Jessica Jones to Iron Fist to the Marvel show,
Iron
Daredevil still.
Fist, that
I,
hot mess.
I hated Danny
Me
Rand,
too.
yo. I mean, Danny
Oh,
Rand is so horrible. But
bad.
but the thing about it is, like, Daredevil is, to me, it's up there with Loki.
It's up there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I loved everything about Daredevil.
Mhm.
Um,
It's great.
and I heard Daredevil's going to get like a damn 18 episodes or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, they said it's supposed to be a long season of Daredevil. So I hope they do
Man.
it right. Matt Murdock in this character, I mean, he fights so well. So
Mhm.
I'm excited to see him on screen, yo. We got a little snippet
Yeah, and No
in
Way Home.
No Way Home Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And then we got
yeah,
William D'Onofrio in Hawkeye. So
Liam D'Onofrio and Hawkeye. Yeah,
I'm very excited about this as well. And not to tee off a T-Hawk, She-Hulk a little bit, but it is meshing together because Daredevil or Matt Murdock is a lawyer. Of course, Jen Walters is a lawyer. We already see him in the trailer. So this is a great setup for a lot of different things to come into play. And the reason why I'm saying this because we already seen William D'Onofrio as a Kingpin in Hawkeye. We already seen Echo in Hawkeye as well. We know Echo's coming out with her own series, and Daredevil and Echo had a relationship in the comics. So there's so much to be tied into this series here. I can't wait to see
yeah.
what is going to go down. So
Well, I do want to see how they tie Daredevil into this, because Daredevil's a New York lawyer
correct.
and She-Hulk is in LA, right? Or Chicago. I can't remember where
Um,
she's at.
I
Have they
don't
said
know
it?
exactly where she's at. That's a good ass question.
Yeah, so she's not
Where
in New
is
York.
she? It could be New Jersey. Who knows? But that's a good question because Hell's Kitchen he's New York. He's a New York lawyer. So yeah, how does he tie into this? That's a
Yeah,
good question, man. I didn't even think about that. Where is Ashley Jen Walters? I
yeah.
don't know. Huh,
We got to
okay.
figure it out, man.
Good question. All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I don't think there's really much else on this episode except it was great. It was funny. The person that stole the show, I look, everything that's going on with this episode is what reminded me so great of the comics. Jen Walters talking to the camera, telling us everything that we know. It is great. They're really, to me, picking it up and really firing on all cylinders, especially with this episode. And I believe my man Ollie liked this episode, man. Believe it or not, I believe he did like it. I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. Where do you land on this, brother?
Shoot, man, I might have go a little higher than you, 8.5,
Really?
man. I was actually like, I had some little laughs in it, man. Like I'm like, yo, this is what I signed up for. Like the jokes weren't cheesy.
Wow.
Everything was hitting, yo.
Oh,
So
snap.
it was a good episode, man.
Hey.
Good episode.
Okay, all right. I'm curious where Cola landed. I want to say she landed at 2. I want to say Ali. I want to say my man Ali probably landed right where we did, 8.5. Because if I know he loved the previous episodes, I'm sure he really loved this episode as well. But anyway, yeah, can't keep going, and I really love it. This is clearly what I signed up for, a sitcom type show. Bring me more. But anyway, that's our recap of She-Hulk episode 4, Blaze of Glory. I love this episode. That's my man Phenom 202. I'm Corey Roy. You can catch us all over the interwebs at This Is It. Don't forget to like that video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, we'll be back here with another review, another reaction just for you. Peace.
Yo, they need more Madisynn, man. They gotta have more Madisynn, yo.
They got to, man. Next episode, just show Madisynn. Just have her come in with her little martini glass, and I don't know. Oh, she's fucking hilarious.
Madisynn, 2 N's and a Y. Don't know, but that's not where you think it is.
It's not where you think it is.
You can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, because this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, because this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.